It just makes a like a straight pipe, like a droning, like.
Oh, nice. Breaker 19er. This is Robbie and the big dog heading down the highway. 1964 Oshkosh MH M4902. And what's the other one?
Same thing.
I thought I have it down as an M4906 in the video.
Oh. All the information you need right here is on the back.
4906. Okay. Ooh.
And the serial number on this one is 8326.
Okay, and what's the one on? Okay, and what's the one on yours?
7902.
Oh wow. Very cool.
So they built 150 of these in 2 years.
150 of them in 2 years. We're gonna get a better shot maybe later with the sun, but this is pretty good here. What's the air horn? Or
You can blow it.
really?
It's holding pressure.
Oh, nice. It's not one that clears the birds out of the whole neighborhood.
Well, I think it's only. In fact, if I climb up there and cover one of them up there and then shoot it.
So he's gonna climb up. He wants me to toot his horn.
Okay, toot it.
Toot the.
All right. Toot it.
Oh. Tuesday morning. And that's the throttle lock, so you can just lock it wide open while you're driving. Oh, what is this little tubular thing here? Is that what you were telling me about?
Yeah, if you look at it, it's got a little slit in it here. That's your window defroster.
Oh,
It fills
cool.
that tube with hot air and then just blows it right across all the glass.
And it works? You can feel it when you're
The
driving?
heat in this works really poorly.
Okay.
And I think the thermostat is stuck wide open because I never saw the temperature gauge even come up to 100.
Oh,
the whole
wow.
time.
Really?
So it might not have a thermostat or it's stuck wide open.
Oh, look at these little windows. Does yours have these little windows? The other one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a sliding back window. Well, this one doesn't. I'm surprised.
Still has some cool asbestos wallpaper looking stuff. That's cool. Are these seats original to what it would have came with?
Probably.
Those are beautiful.
They're in better shape than the other one.
Yeah, they are. Very cool, though. All right, so there's a little quick interior.
We used to have a gumball machine. I'm probably going to put a gumball machine back on it.
What's a gumball machine?
The beacon.
The beacon. Oh, up on top?
Yeah, because this strobe's not working anyways unless I can figure out why it's not working.
I'm going to climb up here. Can I stand on this stuff safely?
Stand on anything.
Sweet.
Probably can stand on the hydraulic hose.
I was just going to say that, but I'm not going to. So the exhaust on this one's a wee bit different.
Yeah.
Your other one just blows straight up. This is unique.
And this one is loud.
Is it way louder?
It just makes a like a straight pipe, like a droning, like where the other one is just noise.
Right. Yeah, it's got just pure diesel sound. Like, yeah, it's just has a very unique sound.
It sounds like a.
So I think we should take the elbow and straight pipe off and see what it sounds like just blowing right out of the motor. Like yours.
Just like the other one, probably.
Yeah, we need to do that. Then we'll put this straight pipe on my van. So, have you popped the hood and checked anything? Or
Yeah, I have.
you've looked at the engine? All right.
it's not charging. It's got a modern alternator on it that's already not working.
A 6 or 12 volt modern alternator?
It's a 12.
It's a 12. Okay. It's all 12 volt.
Yeah.
Is your other one?
Yeah. The charging system and electrics are all 12 volt, but the battery starter is a 24 volt. So you're always tying two 12 volt batteries together.
Gotcha.
Or 4 6 volts together.
Okay. And it's a 12 liter Cummins
Yep. NH220.
NH220, just like, okay, identical.
Identical engine.
This one seems to, does your other one have like little guide wheels on the plow?
No, it's got sliding shoes.
Okay. What's better for gravel driveways like we have?
I have no idea.
Wow, look at how massive, like.
What do you think the chances are I'm going to be able to adjust this?
Oof. Couple torch tanks. And this one here is our wear bar. Is that what you would call the wear bar?
Yeah, they probably both are.
Well, okay.
Yeah, it's like a carbide tool steel. It's super gnarly, tough, but they still just wear down.
And how much do you think this plow weighs? It's 12 feet.
12 feet.
And it's how tall? Stand next to it. You're 6'2", and there's like 4 inches.
Tall at least.
Jesus. And then I seen you last night messing with the plow, moving it.
Mm-hmm.
How were you doing that?
This valve body here is connected to a cable on the dash.
No way. So it is a mechanical full cable connection right to it. But the cable's seized.
No, the cable fell out. If you put the camera in there,
Okay.
the cable fell out of its little holder. See
Oh,
the
yep,
holder there?
yep.
So when I wiggle the cable back and forth, which I can do, the cable just moves.
Not filming in good lighting. Well, plenty of lighting, just a bad TOD. Oh, yep, how it's, yep, all wonky. There it goes. It just fell out. So now the cable just moves. And so right now, the whole weight of the plow is hanging on this chain.
Yeah.
And is that normal? Like, that's how you do it going down the road when it's not? Or should you keep some hydraulic pressure? It just seems like so much weight to be bouncing on those chains. We have a door fitment issue here.
I think the chrome strip is hitting the door channel. The chrome strip is slid a little bit further.
Oh.
So it's hitting the other.
Town of Dover?
Dover.
Is that where it came from?
That's who bought it originally.
Wisconsin.
Yep.
Dover, Wisconsin. So both the Oshkoshes that you own were built in the state and have most likely never ever left the state.
No.
For any reason.
For any reason.
That is crazy.
And Dover's down near Racine.
Okay, and your other one was kind of up by Green Bay-ish for people that don't know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It came from, yes.
Green Bay area, and this one's from the Racine area.
That is correct.
And how many miles was this one away from said?
From Oshkosh?
No, from here, or like your
It
property.
was about 70.
So you drove it 70 miles and it took you about 4 hours?
No, it took 3 hours.
3 hours? Okay. And you didn't have anybody follow you back or nothing? How did you get there? I was going to ask you, how the heck did you get?
One of my coworkers in Brooklyn gave
I'm
me a ride.
going to give him a ride to work to go get his car. So one of your coworkers, the parts dude?
The parts dude gave me a ride in his Hyundai.
Decent. And so this one you paid a whopping
$1,500 for.
And the other one you paid a whopping
$3,400, and I paid $600 in tax, title, and auction fees.
So about $4,000 out the door.
So $4,000 versus $1,500.
So you're into 2 Oshkoshes for $5,500. Let's just say $6,000 with all the fuel costs and bullshit.
Yeah.
So $3,000 a piece, basically.
Yeah.
Which is about the going rate ish? Or I mean, is there a going rate?
The guy who bought this from the town of Dover paid $3,800 for it about 4 years ago.
Okay. And he sold it to you for half of that 4 years later.
Right.
Took a lot.
Because I'm a cool guy.
Because I know
And he
you are.
doesn't care about the money. He just wants.
So yeah, cool. Lots of hydraulics. Oh, that's cool how they stack the washers there to space it.
This pulley here.
All these are cable through the thing into the cab. They're all cable operated.
Those are rods.
Rods. So just direct rod to rod,
The other one has got cables.
Okay.
The other one, they moved the handles up to the dashboard and put cables because it's easier to have a cable. But this one is just on the floor with a rod going straight back.
And how about the wing? How do you control the wing? Is that through switches or rods as well?
It's all rods.
All rods, no switches.
So there's rods going right straight to the back of the cab, right straight to the valve body.
Oh, geez.
Under the seat.
Oh, wow. That's about as freaking simple as it gets. Oh, you got a CB radio? Breaker 19er. This is Robbie and the big dog heading down the highway. Could you run what's the PTO run? A pump?
It runs the hydraulic hoist. So you got to push the clutch in, then you pull that red handle out, and then it engages the PTO off the transmission, and then it runs the pump to the hoist, and then that other handle that's out just to the left of the microphone, that engages the pump. Nope.
All right, we got to go to work. How is the cabs? Oh, it's solid.
It's just a little rust in the cab part of it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's some series parallel switch. Oh, it's the batteries are under here.
Yeah.
And then where does all the oil for the hydraulics go?
In this square cube.
Oh, okay. Very cool. How many gallons do you think?
It's probably at least 30.
Okay. Oh, look at that big one right there. This ram. That's what raises and lowers the wing here via cables. Wow.
Yeah, I think that the big one's doing the big cable. And then the little ram, because there's a little ram on top, I think the little ram is doing the heel block, which is the front.
Oh,
you can move that up or down like 6 feet to shelf.
Okay.
See, like in this position here, we'd be putting a 3-foot shelf alongside.
Oh, sure, along the ditch there. Yep. Tires, little dry cracked, but when you don't go over 35, does it really matter as much? They look like they got. Does it come with chains?
No.
No chains.
No, this one was as is.
And did they ever make them with dualies?
Yeah.
We got to get us. Do you have a set of wheels?
No.
We got to get some dualies.
They'd be narrow, different wheels anyways.
So you just couldn't take these okay,
Well,
yeah.
I could, but the tire would be way out here.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
I could put the spare on here from the other one, but I might have to change the lugs.
Okay. Hi, puppy. Who's a good puppy? He is. All snagged up on our snowbank. Anyways, all right, cool. Very cool. Oshkosh number 2 in the stable. Parts delivery van number 1. The OG. And it's also a game of life or death. Am I gonna survive the mauling that I'm about to get, or am I going to? Yes, just a good little puppy doggy. All right.